Hello and welcome back to Boulder Bookstore. My name is Olivia. I am the Education Services Manager here at the store, and I'm really excited to be here today because tomorrow is my birthday. So today I have 5 of my all-time favorite books to share with you. And this is really fun because they're all a little bit older, so they're books we normally may not talk about here on this YouTube channel. But in the spirit of getting to know me a little bit better, here are 5 super boring facts about me. I was born in Michigan. I am super allergic to peanuts. I really dislike vanilla ice cream. I have seen the show Frasier so many times, I can quote quite a bit of it. And I was born in the same year that Arson, our head buyer, started working for the Boulder Bookstore. So we'll see if he thinks that's fun or not. So anyway, we're gonna jump right in today. The first book I'm going to share is quite a classic. This is definitely not a new book by any means, but Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is a book that I reread almost every single year. I started reading it when I was much younger, which makes this a great book to give for all ages. There's, I think, always something to be learned from Little Women. But I also really love how, as I've grown up, I get something different out of the story every single time. And the characters, there are lessons. The book sort of hits differently as I have grown up, and I've also gotten married, as you know, the characters in here do. So I love this book tremendously, and if you're looking for a great Little Women adaptation, be sure to check out the most recent film directed by Greta Gerwig. Another classic that I love and reread almost every year is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So this is sort of a hard pivot in tone from Little Women, but this is a fantastic coming-of-age story, and for me, and I know a lot of other young women who read this book for the first time, this was the first book that sort of made me feel seen in a way that I hadn't really before in literature. And I think it's easy for people to dismiss Sylvia Plath as being, you know, dramatic or not really very good. She's not literary. But I would really challenge you, if you're someone who's thought that, to give this a try. Whether you read The Bell Jar or some of her poetry, it's tremendously well written. Plath actually won a Pulitzer Prize for poetry, so this is not bad writing by any means. But this is just a fantastic book, and I think there's still a lot to learn from it today. So the next 3 books I'm going to share with you are actually all the first in a series, and they're all ongoing series still. So if you enjoy them, there's lots of room to keep reading. I love mystery novels, and people here are probably tired of hearing me talk about Louise Penny, but I just love her so much. So Still Life by Louise Penny is her first book. It is a mystery series set in this teeny tiny little village in Canada, and every book there is a murder investigation going on. There's always a crime, but what's great about these books is that the murders are almost secondary to just the incredible character development that happens as you move throughout the entire series. So this would be a great next read if you're a fan of Agatha Christie. It's that same, you know, the murders aren't too violent, the descriptions aren't graphic at all. It's really more about the people in the story. And it's really fun to curl up with one of these on like a cold winter's night. You get to escape into this teeny tiny village with great food and great drinks. I love these so much. So Still Life. Another hard pivot in terms of tone. The Bone Collector by Jeffrey Deaver. This is a fantastic series. So here we're following a quadriplegic criminologist. So he does sort of the forensic science on an investigation. And these books, despite being a little bit bigger, they're all over 400 pages. These are some of the most fast-paced books I've ever read. You will fly through them despite their length. The writing is so tight, it's engaging, and what's really fun, especially for someone who reads a lot of mysteries, is that every single time there's always a twist, and I never ever see it coming. So it's really fun as a reader just to be so caught off guard and kind of escape into this story. These are, I will say, much darker than certainly like a Louise Penny novel. So just kind of keep in mind that these are going to be a bit more intense, bit darker, bit more everything. These are fantastic, highly recommend. And last but certainly not least, I also love romance novels, and the Bromance Book Club series by Alyssa K. Adams is one of my favorites. So these are fantastic because it's sort of a subversive take on a romance novel. We have a group of men, some of them are professional athletes, big businessmen in the Nashville area, and together they have a monthly bromance book club where they read a romance novel and then they discuss it. With the idea being that through reading these novels, they're actually learning how to sort of unpack their own toxic masculinity. They're learning how to show up better in their own relationships, both with women and other men. And so these are really, really fun. And every book, you're following a different couple with each of the men from the book club, sort of taking a turn. But what's neat is that you're hitting all the hallmarks of the romance novels. For example, it always ends with a big dramatic gesture. But these are so great and so fun. And I think everyone should read something like this, because whether you love romance novels normally or not, again, it's just such a fresh, different kind of story, and you'll laugh a lot and learn a lot. So that is it for me today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, etc. Wish me a happy birthday in the comments, and if you're interested, we might do more bookseller birthday videos moving forward. So if you'd like to see more of that, be sure to let us know as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great weekend.